Who's that walking towards me? A young woman with a baby. Now what would you be out at this time of day for? You should be at home making your supper. Now the young woman could see that he was blind, but he had ears as sharp as a fox's. Tell me your story, he said. So the young woman told him her story, and she said, do you know who this old woman is? Well, he said, I'm 150 years old. I have so many stories in here and in here. I tell you what, if you make a cup of tea, I might remember. So she went into the dark wee house and made a cup of tea and brought it out, and the old man drank. And he said, do you know, I do remember something. I remember being sent when I was a wee boy and could still see up this mountain to collect labourers. And as I climbed higher and higher, I came across the most delicious fruits, cloudberries, and I ate them, and I put some in my pocket for my mother. And I turned round, and down in the fields I could see all the horses, the sheep, the cows, and they were this big. I was so high up, and I could feel the wind blowing on my face, and I was just currying in, getting warm, when I heard this roaring. And I looked through a crack in a rock, and there was a great stag, an old boy, huge antlers, a red stag, and behind him 3 female deer following him, and behind them your old woman. And she made this sound, trim tram, trim tram, trim tram, as she walked. That's her, said the young lass. Well, she sat down on a wee stool, and she began to milk the deer into a wee bucket. And as she did, she sang. She sang to the deer to calm them. Little kens anyone's wife at hame, for Kettle and Clapperton is my name. Little kens anyone's wife at hame, Kettle and Clapperton is my name. Kettle and Clapperton is my name. Kettle and Clapperton, said the young woman. That's it. That's her name, but whatever does it mean? Well, said the old man, Ketlin means kitten, a wee cat. Clapper is what you find inside a bell. It makes a din, it makes a noise. Gossiping kitten, that's her name. Now off you go, he said. Off you go before the sun sets, and don't forget the old woman's name. I won't, she said, and I'll bring you a cake in the morning. I'll bake you one. And off she went. And she got home, and you know what? The fire was just about still in, and she put some peats on it and rekindled it and got warm. And she was so tired that she didn't even go to bed. She just wrapped herself and her baby in the plaid and fell asleep in the chair into a deep, dreamless sleep. And as she fell asleep, the words, Kitling Clapperton is her name. Ah, 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 went the old crow. Good morning, crow, she said. Oh, get the porridge on. She started to stir the porridge. And all of a sudden she heard, Tim, tam, tim, tam. I've come for the baby. I've come for what's rightly mine, said a familiar voice, and the young woman walked across, holding her baby close to her heart, opened the door. Kitling Clapperton is her name. And there it was. There was her name. And she looked at the old woman's steely blue eyes, and the old woman put up a bony finger. She said, first try. The young woman opened her mouth. The name had disappeared. Like her dreams with the morning mist disappeared, and she looked all over. Oh no, what is the old woman's name? How could I forget it? She looked for a sign. She looked something to remind her, help her to remember. And then she saw her tabby cat walking across. Cat, cat. Your name is Catty Chatterbox. No, 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 no. Catty Chatterbox? No, no. Second go. She looked again. She still couldn't remember. She knew it had something to do with cats. Kittling, kittling. When she saw Tabby's 3 little kittens, it is definitely Kittling. Kittling Talk-a-Lot, that's your name. No, 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 no. You might as well hand the baby over now. At moments like this, we ask for a miracle. But she remembered the last time she opened her mouth without thinking and what she asked for. So this time she had to think carefully, and she said, please, please give me a sign. Somebody help me. And then way in the distance, a farmer, he just let his goats out. And one of them in those days, it had a bell round its neck. Ding, 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 as it walked across the fields. It rang a bell in her own heart. Your name is Kittling Clapperdin. That's your name. Gossiping Kitten is your name. What? What did you say? I said your name is Gossiping Kitten. Get away. Go away. The old woman stood there. You said my name. You said my name. She had smoke coming out of her ears, sparks coming out of her nose and her mouth, out of her shoes, and she began to revolve zzz, up into the sky and burst like 1,000 stars across the morning sky. Right, baby, I think it's time for breakfast, and to give Grunty Grice her breakfast too. Now, this woman, she never forgot the old lady's name, oh no. And she passed the story on to her wee baby, who grew up to be a mother herself. And she passed the story on to her children and her children's children, until it came to me. And I have never, ever, and never will forget the name Kittling Clapperdin, just in case. Well done. I'll sing you one song and then I'll have to go back. Yeah? Is that all right? You okay? Just what song? It's called The Garten Mother's Lullaby. And when my granddaughter was born, this is the song I welcomed her into the world with. Sleep, oh babe, while the red bee hums, the silent twilight falls. If the hail from the brave rock comes to wrap the world in thrall, William Van child, my joy, my love, my heart's desire. The cricket sings a lullaby beside the dying fire. Dusk is drawn and the green man's thorns are wreathed with rings of fire. She sails his boat till dawn around the starry bar. William Van Ho, the paly moon has filled our cup with dew and weeps to hear the sad sweet song. I sing, oh babe, to you.